Hi Mermaid Junkies! I hope you're doing well! Can you tell, look, this is grape Zip Fizz. Have you guys ever tried Zip Fizz? Because I don't drink soda or soda. I don't drink, carbonated drinks at all. I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't use like really any stimulants, so to speak, like diet energy pills or any kind of thing like that or whatever. But so I buy, like at Sam's, they sell the Zip Fizzes for like $20. You get like a whole little case of them, and I just buy purified water, and then I add like 3 tablespoons of creamer, like the vanilla creamer, coffee mate creamer, and it kind of makes it taste like a grape creamsicle. And they also have orange, and I think they have like a bunch of different flavors too. But like I have been drinking, that's my only beverage that I ever drink is 2 Zip Fizzes a day. I know I am addicted to those because they have like that healthy stuff in them that is not like one of those stimulants. It's not like a Red Bull or a 5-Hour Energy or anything like that. And so it's never been harmful to my body, which 2 times I almost died from 5-Hour Energies. Like I was completely abusing them, and that was like a long, long time ago. But anyway, yeah, so Zip Fizz and LaCroix, lemon LaCroix. I'll drink like the limes and stuff too, but mostly lemon LaCroix is my go-to. And anyway, so that's all I ever drink. So that's a wonderful little Treasure Trove Tip Tuesday, is that if you are only putting good things in your body, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to have, here's my thing that I wanted to talk about. I know it sounds kind of weird, but anyway, I'm going to get on like 5 different tangents and talk to you about different things. So Treasure Trove Tip Tuesday is going to be like different things that I'm going to talk about. That's like tips basically that I've learned, or that's something on my mind or whatever. Like it could be about business, it could be about health and wellness and fitness, it could be about my house, it could be about organizing. It's just whatever's on my mind for that, because it's kind of like a free-for-all. Like I get to pick the Treasure Trove Tip Tuesday as far as like what the subject line is. So, I'm really trying hard, you guys, to, like, I wrote blog post for every day of this week, and tomorrow I will start going 1 time a week. I don't know what day I'm going to do this, but this is like, I want to tell you guys all about my journey. Remember, I told you I want you to come along with me on this beautiful voyage of me trying to be an entrepreneur and a successful blogger, and, a successful author, and, a brand, basically, so to speak. And so, I'm going to pick 1 day of the week to go. Actually, I prepped all of the stuff that I need for like the photo shoots and stuff. And I'm going to go to the beach, which is only like 10 miles from here. And I'm going to shoot, a bunch of photographs for my blog, because and for social media as well, but mostly for the, the mothership, which is my blog, so that I can have really, really good photography. And I want it to be themed like it goes along with my blog, right? Because it's all about the water, all about, mermaids and things of that nature. So that always brings me comfort and happiness, and I love the beach. And so I think it would be only normal to actually have a lot of my photographs and stuff at the beach, right? So I have that done. I have enough for 3 photo shoots. So I was thinking about going today, but then I thought, no, it's super windy today, but I wanted to go when there's not going to be a lot of people there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that I'm embarrassed or anything like that, but I just don't want like noise in the background, like having a lot. If I decide to shoot video there, I don't want to have to deal with like, screaming children. I know that sounds funny because I have 4 grown children, and I know what it's like to have screaming kids. So that's maybe came off wrong. No, it didn't. You know what the heck I'm talking about. Like, to get good video, I can't have screaming, squawking seagulls in the background, and I can't have a bunch of screaming kids, or like, that kind of noise or whatever. So I thought, well, the best time for photography is either sunrise or sunset, right? So I may go tomorrow. So I'm thinking I might go tomorrow, but I have enough to do like the entire week of blog posts. And I'm using like recycling pictures that I've had from my old blog, the ones that I was able to save that were on my computer. So if you see a lot of my pictures and stuff like that on my blog or my social media, I know you've probably seen those pictures a million times. I'm trying to recycle them and give them new quotes and things like that so that I can keep you guys motivated, because I know it's so important to have that sense of positivity, that sense of like inspiration every day, like finspiration, I want to call it. And I know that I need to be super, super active all the time. Like I've been up since 3:30 working, and I'm gonna try and not get burnout, because it's really, some of the things also that have been on my mind is that it's really tough, especially I'm finding that it's a lot of hard work. Like I didn't realize, like, I don't know why, but I didn't realize how easy it was, I felt, to like run an entire household of like 6 people, and like having kids get to everywhere and be at their particular things, and they have certain things that they have to get done, like as far as like, and I homeschooled my kids. I'm like thinking, am I just like slowing down as I'm aging or whatever? But maybe that's just a mindset. So anyway, what I was going to say about the my treasure trove tip, one of them is that if you want to stay super healthy, it's to actually just take this one particular tip, is that cut out things in your diet that actually cause you, like, they're unwanted calories, or calories that are not like, don't have a lot of nutritious value to them. And you guys know this, I've always had to be, like, I gained a number of pounds, like, but I'm back on the saddle, back on the seahorse, so to speak, with trying to remember, like, okay, everything that I did before to be successful as a person that was super, super healthy. And that's something that mermaids have to deal with every single day. Like, you can't get into your tail if you're a whale. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have a belly. I guess you can. So I don't want you to think that it's like I'm superficial or I'm very shallow as a person. But that's one of the things that's an all-encompassing aspect of being a beautiful mermaid, is that you have to have your head together, but you also need to have like all of those internal things that we go through as women together, because if you don't, you're going to slide and slip in some areas. It's like waves of ebbs and flows in life. And so in order to do that and to be successful in that particular area, you have to be balanced. It's very, very crucial to be balanced. And I'll give you a metaphor about like why and how long it's been. It's been since probably since 2004. Okay, so that tells you how long. So what happened was, this goes along with the treasure trove tip, okay, is that what happened was in 2004, like my entire life, because I have red hair, very fair skin, and freckles, like I never had issues. You know how like kids in school go through puberty, and yes, I was mocked and made fun of and ridiculed and things like that because I had red hair and I had freckles and very fair skin, like very pale skin, right? So I was always getting made fun of in that way. I wore glasses. I never wore pants. I always wore dresses, so I kind of looked homely. Like my hair was always long. I never cut it, just because I always liked long hair, and it was easier for me because I was kind of a tomboy. I have 3 brothers, and so not that I'm like boyish, but I just always loved to have long hair because I thought it was pretty, and I like long hair. Like, I just love it. And so what happened was, in 2004, we had moved around numerous times, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because I want to preface that, because I was thinking, well, maybe it's the environment, maybe it's this, or maybe it's that particular thing, maybe it's the stuff that I'm using to wash my face, right? Because in 2004, I started really, really breaking out, really, really badly. Like, I was at the point of going to the dermatologist, which was completely foreign to me because I've never had an issue with my face. And then people are like, oh, well, it could be like you're in your 30s now. It could be because you're having adult acne. Like, I had never heard of that. So I started taking these pills to like get my skin to look better. I started like doing that, like that stuff that basically like it's kind of like an acid kind of stuff, and it like completely strips your skin and everything. And a lot of people use it that have like acne really bad, like the potholes and the scarring and stuff. And I can't remember, is it retinol or something? Maybe that's what it was, you guys. But anyway, so my whole point was I kept trying to think of everything that I could figure out. Like, I was like, maybe it's because I put, the wrong lotion on my face. But I was getting those really, really internal deep knots in my face too, like all over. And I could never go without, I couldn't go without makeup because I had really, really bad pimples, right? And it looked really bad, especially if you're in the sunlight, you could see it because I didn't have like a whole face of pimples. I just had like one or two big ones, and so that was more noticeable. And so I became very insecure, like it was really bothering me. So I finally thought, okay, I'm going to get a hold of this because maybe it's something going on internally. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason for why everything happens to you. It's that whole metaphysical thing. And so I had been learning all about that too in 2004 and trying to understand things about like what is going on in your body represents what's going on in your life. Like, say for instance, you're a woman that has a lot of kidney problems, a lot of urinary tract infections, a lot of yeast infections. Like, you have a lot of female crap going on down there. Not to gross you guys out, but like, the reason is you have a lot of issues with men. Maybe you resent your ex-husband. Maybe you resent your partner right now. Maybe you were molested when you were young, and so you have a deep hatred and anger towards your father or an uncle or whoever did that. Anyway, so everything relates back. Like, not every single time 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could get an eye infection because I got pollen in my eye from the lawnmower or something. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, it has a metaphysical reason for why things are happening in your life. So I was thinking, okay, well, I've got to dive deep into this, Let's dive deep, Raquel, figure out what's going on with your skin. And I was starting to break out like on my back too, which was freaking me out because I'm like, what is happening to me? And so the more that you stress out about it, the worse it gets because we know that activates it, right? So my long story short, you guys, is that my little fairy tale treasure trove tip is I finally broke myself of sugar because I never realized how much that I ate sugar. And I had always attached eating sugar because that brought me joy in life to actually it stemmed from my childhood. I know that sounds weird, but I'm going to tell you this is freaking good shit, okay? That when I was young, one of the main things that made me happy because we lived out in the country. I didn't have any friends, it was just me and my brothers and my dad, obviously I've told you guys I had a very unpleasant childhood. But the way the things that made me happy in life, one of them actually was a triggered response to sugar. Sugar made me happy. Like if I had candy or I got to go to the Magic Market or the dollar store or whatever, like getting penny candy and stuff, that always made me happy. And so, it responds to the stimulus in your brain. Like those frontal lobes, you know what I'm saying? Like that sensory made me happy. It's kind of like somebody that's addicted to heroin or somebody that's addicted to, diet stimulants or somebody that's addicted like to shopping or, the world is a gamut. But what I'm saying is, what should I say? The world is your oyster when it comes to, it could be any number of things, okay? And so I started to put two and two together because I noticed that I was always getting to this point of like, oh, I need sugar today. I need sugar. And not necessarily because I craved, actually it was because I craved that sense of the feeling that it gave me. You know, I wasn't a drinker. I didn't drink alcohol. That was against my religion. I didn't even drink caffeine because that was against my religion. All these different things. And so one thing that you can get away with being in a religion, or the religion that I was in as an LDS Mormon, was that they usually don't have some kind of stipulation as to like, well, you can't eat an unhealthy diet. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have anything for that. And I think that's the number one reason that a lot of LDS women actually gain weight, because that is the kind of like the catch be all of giving you an allowance for shit that's going on in our minds as women, and we use it as an outlet to take care of those things that we are not addressing deeply within us, if that makes any sense. I hope you guys are correlating this to understand that this is how I'm trying to teach something. But so anyway, what happened was I figured out that my stimulus came from when I was a little girl. I knew that if my dad gave me like money, or my mom took us to the store or whatever, and I was able to get candy, or like bubble gum was my big thing. Like Hubba Bubba bubble gum, grape bubble gum was like my big thing. And so anytime I ever had money or was given allowance or something, I spent it all on candy and gum. Like, not so much chocolate ever, but candy, blow pops, Jolly Ranchers, Sprees, all that kind of stuff, like candy. Okay, so as an adult, I even always made sure that we had candy at the house, because to me, candy represented happiness. And so, and it might sound weird, but you guys, if you like dive into this kind of thing and like try to understand where everything stems from for you, as far as like it will catapult you into recognizing lots of things about yourself, and I always think that's a beautiful thing. So anyway, so what happened was I started to realize I was completely addicted to sugar. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to like get off of sugar. Like, I'm just really going to have, like, it's an addiction. Like, I realized it was an addiction when I would get moody, or I would go, like, I would get out of bed or whatever, and like completely not wanting to go anywhere. But because I needed my fix of sugar, I would get up and go to like Walgreens or go to Walmart or whatever and buy, $10, $15 worth of candy, just so that I had it in the house. Not that I was going to eat it all at once, because I was very particular about that. Like, I would count my calories so obsessively, especially when I had an eating disorder, right? Because I know you guys know that I had like anorexia. But so I would really, really focus on like counting my calories. Like, I was obsessed. I mean, and anybody that's dealt with, food, like disorders, that kind of thing, or bulimia or anything, you understand probably exactly what I'm talking about. Like I would, like just really count calories anyway. So it was ridiculous. But you know what? Nonetheless, it was me, and I'm able to share this experience with you guys, especially if somebody out there is experiencing this kind of disorder, or they're going through this. Like, I freaking get you. I know what the F is going on. You know what I'm saying? What the heck is going on? So anyway, I was able to get myself off of sugar because I'm a very determined person. And that's the one thing that I want you guys to remember too, is that there is nothing if there's anything that my blog and that my website, my blog and my YouTube channel and all of my stuff is there to remind you that there is nothing as a woman, as a girl, even men, you guys too, there is nothing that you cannot accomplish. Because as long as you have enough self-love, enough determination, enough stamina to realize that there is nothing you cannot do, that you are so perfect and beautiful, and the universe, God, Source, loves you beyond. You are like perfection in the eyes of God, right? In the eyes of the universe, you are perfection. So there's nothing that you cannot do, be, or have. And so if there's anything I want you guys to remember, that's what it is always to remember that you can accomplish anything you set your mind out to do. So anyway, I broke myself of sugar, and my skin And plus, all I do is drink water. Like, I'll drink 2 LaCroix, but basically the whole thing of that is water, basically. And I drink LaCroix like they're going out of style, like cases of them a week, right? Because I know it sounds weird, but I don't drink like regular, like purified water that often. I mean, I'll put like a little bit of those, like a tiny bit, like of drops of Crystal Light if I ever want that. But yeah, I'm really, I should take stock in LaCroix because I've been drinking it since, like, nonstop, consistently, every day of my life since 2007. So that tells you, what is that, 9, 15, I mean, how many years is that? Since 2007, I've strictly been drinking, is it 2007? Or maybe it was 2005. I think it was 2005 or 6. And so I've been drinking it since then. Anyway, basically a long damn time, okay? And so I really think, I know actually, that was actually what I needed to do, was to get off of sugar. And we don't realize that it has such an impact on us. Like, you think, oh, well, it's in that food and maybe you don't recognize it. But I'm telling you that sugar is a major component into people, like, not only gaining weight, but it's a major component in your health. I mean, because what you eat is a representation of what's going to filter out onto the external parts of you. So in order to be a beautiful mermaid with a beautiful complexion, that's one of the things that we have to do, is to figure out, you know, those little tips and tricks, treasure trove tips of how to have beautiful skin. So I wanted to leave that with you, and I hope it was beneficial. And I would love it if you would swim on over to my blog if you want to read those kind of things, because I'm going to put this in written form so that you can actually take, you know, and I'll put links and stuff so that you can actually take that initiative, that if you'll swim over there, that you can actually have a bird's eye view of what it is. And if you want to take notes or you want to hit the links or whatever, you can purchase these things or know where to get these things, you know, so that I'm giving you valued content, you know, evergreen content, like not only telling you and teaching you from methodology, mermaid methodology forum, but also a way that you can take these tips and use them in your daily life. Because isn't that what we all need? We need to figure out, like, if somebody's done it for us and they have the blueprint, right? Why do we need to reinvent the wheel again? Why do we need to find another map? You know, everybody's on their own voyage, but if you will take certain pieces of maybe my clues, right, my tips to get you to your particular treasure chest, that will create a beautiful mermaid for you specifically, your own particular unique style. And so, but we're all a community and we're here to learn and help each other, in my opinion, right? That's the reason that I have this channel, is because I want to help teach and experience teachers, and we can all expand and grow as a community, as a shoal family. And that's what I want to exude and put out every day of my life, you know, for as long as I live, because it's vital and important to me for me to share my message with you. So I'll leave you with that. I hope this served you well. If you would like to subscribe to my channel by giving a mermaid her fins, tap the subscribe button below, or in the description you can find my links to all my social media outlets there. And I hope that you have a wonderful day, and as always, I'm yours until my next swim. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao. I love you. Bye.